What's up, YouTube? Durian here. We're back. It's another Nero Road to Ranked. We're on our journey. We're on our journey to top 500. Nero to 500. Nero 500. That's the goal. And the deck has changed up completely. And so we're gonna start off with a talk about the new deck, and then we've got 2 matches. And I think you guys will like this deck where it's turned. There's going to be a lot of discussion about why things changed. Again, the 2 matches, and of course, find out where I'm at this season. And remember the goal, I said top 500. Last season we were 511, but this time we're going above 500. I want to be solidly top 500. That's the goal. And then if we can do that, I'm feeling super good, and we might do a Road to Worlds. Crazy stuff, right? Road to Worlds series for the rest of the year after this, but we'll see, because that's a whole nother video. Anyway, let me show you the deck, and then let's get to the matches. All right, here's the deck. It is no longer Devil Breaker. Holy moly. Okay, so I played a lot with Devil Breaker after the last video, and let me tell you, it did not go well. There's a lot of evasive actions being played by Chun-Li decks. There's a lot of just people being quick. It did not go well. So like, part of the reason is because the deck is weak to all the things that Chun-Li is weak against, and people are trying to beat Chun-Li. And I felt like I could win against Chun-Li players because Devil Breaker allows me to make positive trades against them. But when people started playing gold orbs and evasive actions on me, it was just a nightmare. So I was like, something needs to change. And then I remembered how frustrating it was to play against true power decks in the previous set, and they just set up so quickly. And I thought, you know what? Chun-Li decks take a little bit to set up. Ouroboros decks, which I think is like another top deck in the meta, they take a little bit longer to set up, and I think that powering out a huge setup, a good setup early with true power can catch people off guard, and then that can take kind of aggressive pace and set the tone for the match that I want, and that Nero can do. That'll be the strength that we can hold on to for Nero. And I did like the Basarios and the Hondas that I was using for field clear, and True Power Nero can do something similar. So the deck is somewhat similar. We've still got a lot of wall jumps. We've got 2 disarms. I added in 1 evasive action just because it was so brutal against me. I was like, I need to bring this in for the other Chun-Li matchups. You can also do some tricky things with this deck in it. And then 3 Awakened Power, because we do have a lot more expensive growth. So one thing that I noticed before with Basarios is that his 5 cost makes him a little bit hard to evolve. So then let's talk about the 3 drops, Feline and Eva. If you guys don't remember Eva, or you don't know her, she gives 2 growth points at random to a friendly unit with growth when you play her for 3. So she's effectively a 5 growth. So it's going to immediately level up anything that we're playing. Then we got Basarios again. He jumps up to 6 MP when he goes to Gravios, so that dodges like Alexias and stuff, which is great. He also goes up to 3 attack. Let me show that again, which means he dodges murderous spikes and whatnot. So he's definitely a solid unit to have, and Eva can help him bump it up. We've of course got our MP boosters before I get too far. Feline, Layer, and Iris. We're reducing them a little bit just to make room for more growth. And then of course we have the insane power of Rainy Turtleoid and Hoitzel. These cards are just so strong. It's ridiculous. And then I've got 1 gold orb because you can use it on your growth units even to just reset them and then start growing again. And then we've also got G, who can bump himself out of murderous spikes on the 1st level, so he becomes a 310, and then does huge field damage, splitting damage equal to his HP, which is probably going to be 10. So you can use them to just take control of the game real quickly, and it's a nice strategy that I've been enjoying a lot. So let me hit you guys with the QR code, ba-boom, and give the deck a spin if you guys like Nero. Let me know how it goes for you, and let's head into the matches. Okay, so the first match is up against Ouroboros, against the 111th place Ouroboros. So I was like, okay, this is going to be the true test. Can this deck do what I want it to do? So not enough setup in that opening hand. Now we've got a nice setup. We've got Basarios, we've got G, and we've got 2 Irises. So we're going to wait up till we get 10 mana, and then we can really just throw plays out there and apply a lot of pressure. So before we get too much into this match, I do want to say there is no Chun-Li gameplay in this set. Okay, so this is actually really important here. So I set the Basario first, knowing that they either need to block with the Tyrant or the Magala. So he sets up the Magala, I drop the Iris, and then play a Growth. Growth Wings, whatever it's called. Because if it grows, it'll do 7 damage, it'll kill the Gore, so it'll set me really far ahead. But he has the sample collection or something. Not what I expected. I realized it did open me up for an obliteration, so I do think that is technically a misplay. But it is what it is. It stops him from getting the Gore Magala into a Shigaru Magala. And boom. Then we head up a G, immediately True Power it to set it outside of Murderous Spike's range. So we don't just like lose a value trade, and then we're just super ready to blow anything he plays up after that. So what I do here, I know that it's gonna pop into the Tyrant. I want to do as much damage to the Tyrant, so I shield up my G so he doesn't take any damage, and then I'm gonna immediately level him up once this flips like that. Kaboom! We go for Feline into Rainy Turtleoid to set up the most aggressive field possible. Because I don't want to let this Ouroboros player like start ramping. He takes out my Iris. Another reason why we didn't play the second Iris is because we'd lose 2 Irises there. It would just be a white blowout. Again, G immediately True Power, so he cannot Murderous Spikes me. And we're set up to just crush the next thing he plays, easy peasy. So he goes for this. I know it's going to hit Gore Magala. Well, I guess it could have hit the Tyrant too, so... but basically, I was trying to be quick about the Iris. I should have moved it earlier in my hand. But we end up with fantastic trades either way, and we just keep it rocking. And look at this field that we have. He's now just on the back foot, 111th place, still on the back foot. You guys can't see my reactions because I forgot to turn on the cam, but it's okay. We'll get me for the next one. And yeah, so. Look at that. Struggling to stay alive. Goes for the last minute betrayal, but with no MP left. That's basically going to be it. Again, just keeping it up. Making sure my things cannot be Murderous Spike. Making sure he's got dead cards in his hand is what my game plan was. And it worked out. Alright, and I am back. So this one's going to be against Morgan Shadowblade, around the same ranking points. And like I said before, no Chun-Li. I know it's the most popular thing, but I don't really have any good gameplay against it. Just know that I'm like 50-50. Like I've won 2, I've lost 2. And the games that I've won, I do feel like it's a okay matchup. But the ones that I've won tend to be like the opponent's playing a little bad, or I got like super RNG and I was like... I don't know if I should show that or not, but let me know if you would have liked to see it anyway. So we could do that. So my thought against this matchup is what? I get a lot of these guys in my hand. Awakened Powers, plus 5 growth points. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here, because these Halantanor is annoying. You're going to see a really weird interaction here. So I decided, you know what, if I growth and then I blow up the Halantanora, then it only gets 1 proc, and that's good. And somehow it did damage to the Iris before this shield came in? I don't know, man. Teppen, work on it, figure it out. And then he just went ahead and stole my unit, but I'm not too upset by it. And here I'm thinking like a G, but I think the better option is Hoitzel. Just get that trade. If I lose the Feline there, then it becomes a little bit harder to level up the G, so might as well just keep it going. Evasive Action is gonna drop down his I don't remember her name, Lupo, just so it loses the Rainy Turtleoid. I figured that was a good move. and just keep up my tempo, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm feeling pretty good so far. I'd like to set up another G to kind of ruin his board. And the Bulwark comes down, but the puppy gets eaten up big time. So I'm like, I'm honestly really confused here. I don't know what I want to do. Do I just drop the feline? Do I drop the G? And there we go. I just like, you know what? I'll drop the G, the Iris, and True Power to blow up his Bulwark. And then we'll just chill. We'll reset our mana a little bit. And he's saving up. He spends all of it for that Soul's Return. And I'm like, that's kind of sucks. So maybe I shouldn't have committed so hard. But I do have Mana Wrappers in my hand. I know that he has nothing. So let's just ramp it up. It's not like purple has like great responses to the Mana Ramps unless they're playing the one power bounce card, which, you know, we don't really have an answer to, but that's okay. And there we go. We're just recovering mana super hard. Desperate Shadow Blade coming out from the opponent. And I'm feeling real good about it. Feeling real good. I don't really know what was going through my head for this one. I just figure I'll just play G, like keep my thing moving. And yeah, when he plays another unit, then we can True Power it. Ba-boom, just like that. Takes out his field. Easy peasy. And then I really don't want to play Hoitzel because it can't attack and that thing's unblockable, so we got to seal it. That's just our really only way to deal with it with his hand. And he goes for the Demonic Intimidation. I figure, he gave us response mana. Let's just keep it moving. Keep the cycle up. Shouldn't be too bad. And now we've got a Basario, so we can block that 1/2 with, and then flip if needed. So just feeling in solid control of this game. And then again, I'm just setting up here, level up the Basarios so that we are ready to pop anything he plays. So I believe I'm actually hovering True Power here a little bit. And then I just go for a layer up top, realizing he's only got 1 HP. He's got to figure out how to block everything. And again, hovering the True Power. He goes with a Brainwash, and hoping, I guess, that it'll block the G, give him some time. But it just goes straight across, and rip. That's how we do it. We take out Morgan like that. Growth through power. And after that, we're sitting at 551. So top 500 Nero is looking pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. Like I said, I think this deck has a solid early game. You can build up your field really quickly and just get your powerhouses, and then have True Power ready to just yoink, well, not really yoink, but blast anything that they play, and take that early advantage that a lot of the decks right now are trying to just use to set up. So I quite like it. I think it's pretty good, and we're gonna go for a solid top 500 finish. So I'm thinking maybe like 400-ish. 400, I think, would feel pretty good. So yeah, stay tuned for this Nero series to see how this Nero adventure continues to take me. I'm hoping to get a few more Evas into the deck, just because I think that they're going to be slightly more useful than felines, just for the growth aspect. But that's my only thought so far. Hope your ranked grind is going as well as mine. Please let me know what you think of the video in the comments. If you prefer replays, if you prefer live gameplay. I think I prefer doing replays for this series just because it's easier to focus and really think things out instead of me like talking. It splits up my brain power a lot. I'm like a very one-track mind. But yeah. And I hope you all keep on learning, keep on having fun with me as we go through and play Teppen. And have a wonderful day. I'll see you in another video.